Halo for the Atari 2600. I know you're probably thinking right now that's impossible, but it has been done already. Way back in 2010, Ed Fries, former vice president of game publishing at Microsoft, actually created a game. He created a version of Halo featuring 4 levels, having you infiltrate the Covenant base, and released it for the Atari 2600. It was released at the Classic Gaming Expo in 2010 on cartridge in very limited, availability. The ROM is available on the Atari Age forums right now. I'll have a link in the description. Also, sources for all of this for the naysayers. Now, what's interesting is not the fact that Halo 2600 was even created in the first place, is the fact that what's interesting is there's a rumor coming directly sourced from Mr. Fries himself on the Atari Age forums, again, sources in the description, where he states there are talks between Microsoft and Atari in making Halo 2600 an official release for the modern Atari consoles, that being the Atari 2600 Plus and the Atari 7800 Plus. Now, of course, fans have already went into future dreams on the Atari Age forums, stating that they hope we see an enhanced version of Halo 2600 for the Atari 7800 with better graphics and sound, obviously, and things like that. I honestly, I think the gaming world would, be extremely excited if that did happen, but I also think the gaming world would just, be flat out flabbergasted if Atari is able to license Halo for this project. So this would turn Halo 2600, or at least the Atari re-release or remake, however this ends up being released, an official part of the Halo franchise. Now, obviously, the original that Mr. Fries created is not endorsed by Microsoft, although kind of a wink, wink. You know how that goes. Microsoft did not take legal action against Mr. Fries or Atari Age, who did create the cartridges that were sold. So, kind of a under-the-table endorsement there, if you will. Certainly nothing Nintendo would ever do. Or Square Enix. But anyways, like I said, it's just a rumor. Sources in the description below. Check them out. Let me know, what do you think? Would you buy just the cartridge? Or what if Atari went the Evercade route and made a special edition Atari 7800 Plus or 2600 Plus Halo edition and made the card available there? I mean, would you buy it then? I mean, I'm sure just to maximize profits, they would also release a cart, probably a different color or something. But could you imagine a Halo edition Atari console? What a world we live in.